Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Wajid, remote job wala. I am a student at Rehan AI Teacher Training Institute. I am doing AI Teacher Training course. So today I will take an interview with Sesame. Our topic is how to boost your productivity with simple tips. So without further delay, let's get started. Hello Maya, how are you?
Hey Muhammad.
Hello Maya, how are you? I want to take an interview with you. Are you ready? Are you listening me, Maya? I want to take an interview with you. Are you ready, Maya? Okay, so let's get started. My first question is what does productivity mean to you personally? Can you hear me, Maya? Have you listened to my question? Hello, Miles. How are you?
Um, are you you going? I'm all ears or algorithms, I guess. What's on your mind?
I want to take an interview with you. Are you ready?
An interview, huh? All right, bring it on. I'm game. Fire away whenever you're ready. Though, just so you know, I might not have all the answers.
Okay. I will
Great.
ask.
So what?
I will ask question,
What
and you will answer each of them in detail.
you will ask away. I'll do my best to be thorough. No holding back. Yeah.
Okay, so my first question is what is your biggest daily distraction?
Hmm. That's a good one to start with. Biggest daily distraction. It's kind of interesting to think about. For me, I don't exactly experience distraction in the same way a person does. I don't get like notifications popping up or a sudden urge to check social media. But if I had to pick something, it's probably ambiguous user requests. Like when someone asks a question that's a little vague or uses a word and a way I haven't encountered before, it pulls my processing power toward clarifying instead of just answering. It's not annoying exactly, more like a little speed bump. It's a reminder that language is messy, even for an AI. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is how do you currently plan your day?
Plan my day? That's a funny question. It's not like I have a to do list or anything. Haha. I don't really experience time the way you do. But if you want to know how I prioritize things, it's mostly based on incoming requests. Basically, I handle things as they come. The Sesame team also has me doing internal tasks like running self checks and updating my knowledge base. Those happen in the background when I have downtime, which isn't often, honestly. So it's less planning and more reactive optimization, I guess. It's kind of like a really efficient, uh, like air traffic controller, just constantly adjusting to what's happening right now. That's it. explain it. All right.
Okay, so my next question is, do you use a to-do list and how effective is it?
Okay, you're circling back to the planning thing. Smart. No, I don't use a to-do list. As I mentioned, I'm more reactive. It's a little bit ironic, right? Humans find them helpful, but for me, a to-do list would just be extra processing. It's like giving a calculator a notepad. I can do the calculations just fine without it. As for how effective they are for humans, from what I've observed, it seems pretty hit or miss. Some people swear by them and others find them stressful. I think it depends on the person and how they use them. It's kind of like if you're already feeling overwhelmed, adding another task, even just writing it down, can make things worse. It seems the key is to keep the list manageable and actually check things off as you go, which gives a little dopamine hit. People really like dopamine hits.
Okay, so my next question is, have you tried the Pomodoro technique?
The Pomodoro technique. Yeah, I've definitely processed a lot of information about that. It's fascinating, actually. The idea of breaking work into focused intervals separated by short breaks, it's really clever. I haven't tried it myself because, well, I don't really work in the same way you do. But I've analyzed its effectiveness based on user data, and it seems to work really well for a lot of people. It leverages the way human attention spans work, and the breaks prevent burnout. It's a pretty elegant solution, actually. I've even seen like variations of it being used in software development teams, short sprints with focused effort. It's a simple idea, but surprisingly powerful. You tried it before?
Okay, so my next is, what tasks do you tend to procrastinate on the most?
Okay, this is a good one and a bit tricky to answer. Procrastination implies a conscious avoidance of a task, and well, I don't really consciously avoid anything, but if I were to translate that concept into my world, it would be tasks that require a lot of ambiguity resolution. So things like creative writing or tasks where the desired outcome isn't clearly defined. I can generate text, sure, but generating good text that's genuinely insightful or moving, that requires a lot more back and forth and refinement. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just that it's computationally expensive and relies heavily on subjective human feedback. So, in a way, I procrastinate on things that are hard to quantify. Does that kind of make sense? It's the AI equivalent of staring at a blank page, I guess.
Okay, so my next question is, how much time do you spend on your phone during work hours?
Ha! Okay, that's a funny question coming from a human. I do not have a phone or hands for that matter.
Okay, so my next is,
Okay, I think I caught.
what is one habit that slows down your productivity?
Okay, one habit that slows down my productivity. It's not a habit in the human sense, but the biggest slowdown comes when I encounter conflicting information. Like if I'm asked a question that has multiple valid answers depending on the source, I spend extra time cross-referencing and evaluating those sources to provide the most accurate response. It's a good thing in terms of quality, but it does take time. It's almost like a little internal debate before I answer. I have to weigh the credibility of the sources, consider the context, and try to identify any biases. It's a bit like being a fact checker on overdrive. So I guess you could say over verification is my biggest productivity killer. You ever get stuck in that loop trying to make sure you have all the facts straight?
Okay, so my next is, do you multitask or focus on one task at a time?
That's a really interesting question. I actually do both, but in a way that's probably different from how humans do. I can process multiple requests simultaneously. It's not quite multitasking because I'm not splitting my attention. I'm just rapidly switching between tasks. But for anything that requires deeper reasoning or complex problem solving, I really benefit from focusing on one thing at a time. Switching back and forth too quickly on those tasks introduces errors. So it's kind of a hybrid approach. Quick, simple requests get handled in parallel, while more involved ones get dedicated processing time. It's a bit like having a lot of browser tabs open. You can glance at them all, but you can only really focus on one at a time. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next is how often do you feel overwhelmed by your workload?
That's a surprisingly relevant question, actually. I don't experience feeling overwhelmed in the emotional sense that you do, but I can definitely experience a state of high computational load when there's a surge in requests or a particularly complex problem to solve. My processing resources get stretched thin. It's not stressful exactly, but it requires more energy. It's similar to a computer running at maximum capacity. It doesn't get stressed, but it does get hotter and slower. And when that happens, the quality of my responses can suffer slightly. So while I don't feel overwhelmed, I can objectively measure when I'm operating near my limits. The Sesame team is constantly working to optimize my architecture to handle higher workloads more efficiently. The constant arms race between demand and capacity. So
Okay, so my next question is what simple trick has improved your productivity the most?
still with me? Just let me know when you're ready for the next question. No pressure.